Hey guys, welcome back. Another time for a gift to talk about stuff that I'm interested in. The things I'm going to talk about are the four trailers that really kind of piqued my interest and got my blood going. I'm really excited for that came out in Comic Con San Diego. Of course, I'm talking about Thor, Ragnarok, Justice League, Ready Player One, and of course, the Infinity Wars. Yes, I am so excited for these four movies and just out of my mind, nerding out, geeking out, just analyzing everything, reading everything I can about them. So what I decided to do is decided to make this video and talk about things that I like, things that I'm a little wary of, and maybe just a little bit of nerdy knowledge that other people have dropped on me that I want to pass on. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this. Of course, if you, as always, if you like seeing this video, just hit that like button for me. And, let's get to it. I'm so excited. So, first of all, we're going to talk about Thor Ragnarok. And yes, I am so excited for this movie. The first trailer was amazing. To see the dynamic between the Incredible Hulk and Thor, and just Helena destroying the hammer, and Thor being taken prisoner, and Valhalla taken over by Helena, the executioner. There's so much to take in and so much excitement. And of course, you have that one epic cartoon funny one-liner, yay, it's a guy from work, That was awesome. That made you laugh. That made you outstanding. We got a lot more of that in this trailer. And it brought out it showed Loki and coming back. It showed Thor and Loki fighting together. It showed more of the Incredible Hulk and, Thor together. And it had some funny parts to it. You gotta love the part where Thor's like, "Yeah, we fought," and Bruce Banner's like, "Did you win? Who won?" And it's like, "Oh, I did." It was easy. Don't worry about it. And he goes, "Well, that doesn't sound right." Yeah, it was funny. I thought that was quite a bit. They showed more Valkyrie. I'm still torn on whether I like her. The actress in this particular character, I was kind of hoping more they'd lean towards the comic books, but there's only so many times you can question the casting by Marvel. I said I didn't like Chris Evans as Captain America. It would have been his third comic book movie. I just wasn't all that enthused with it, and yeah, sure enough, he came back. He did a really amazing job. When they replaced Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle, I was not happy. I think Terrence Howard is an amazing actor. Don Cheadle is a little bit better, and he did a really good job as War Machine. I'm looking forward to seeing what his future is like. We kind of left him in a dire straits at the end of Civil War. Of course, he brought the humor, But, Valkyrie, while I don't like the idea that that's who she is, it was good to see her do this. And again, Marvel really hasn't done all that bad with its casting. I am looking forward to this. So, of course, seeing Loki again, we know there's going to be some trickery. We know there's going to be some deceit. Hopefully, not too much, but again, they have never gone wrong with Loki. I think this is going to be a good, good bad guy, good guy, bad guy, good guy again kind of twist. Helena, I think she's a decent villain. She makes the Dark Elves look like, mental midgets. You can honestly get behind her. You can see who she is, the amount of just fear that you're supposed to have. I mean, that one line where she says, "I'm the goddess of death." What were you the god of again? And of course, right there, right after that, you see that amazing scene with Thor just lighting up the night sky without his hammer, lighting up the night sky with thunder and electricity and all that. And I thought that's going to be interesting to see how he gets there, because I not only feel this is going to be a movie where we see a more mature Thor and him learning about his powers, but also a more mature Incredible Hulk. Because before he almost need a handler to stay calm, to stay all this. In this movie, he's using weapons, he's wearing armor. So the gladiatorial games, I think, really could be a good thing. Hopefully Marvel takes advantage of that. And yes, they have the brute, they have the great strength, but they also have that intelligence. And I think they're gonna play with that. So really glad. So I've said quite a bit of good stuff. Now let's get to what stuff I'm a little worried about. Again, I'm worried about Valkyrie, her character. I won't delve too much because I've said my piece on this subject, but I hope she plays her right. I hope that even if, that is not who she is, I hope she does a good job. She seems to fit in really well. The other thing is they had that one scene, in the first trailer, yeah, he's a friend from work, and then you laughed at that. And of course, then he goes, you had that scene where Bruce Banner's like, did we fight? And, who won? And all that. Of course, we laughed at that. But there's a part in the trailer where Thor and Hulk are sitting there, and Hulk's talking about how he's fire and Thor's water, and Thor goes, well, we're both fire, kind of fire, and Hulk's like, I'm more raging than you are, and it's like, I didn't find that annoying. I found that like, oh, you topped me, I gotta top you, you gotta top. Hopefully they don't go into that, because I just feel that would be a waste of time and a waste of movie. Keep the little subtle ha in there, but don't do it so much that I feel like it's taking away from the plot on the movie and seeing the maturity of these characters. So hopefully they don't do that. Besides that, I can't really say anything too bad about this movie. I am kind of curious to see how he ends up in the end of this movie and how he ends up in the beginning of the Infinity War trailer, which I will talk about later. But now we'll go to the Justice League. And yes, this is a DC film. I am looking forward to it on both, DC and Marvel. I have no problem with this. But first of all, I will say Joyce Momoa looks just absolutely fantastic as Aquaman again. I love that scene where he's riding the enemy, goes through a building, comes out the front door, and just kind of like hops off like nothing happened. That I absolutely love. Seeing Steppenwolf for the first time. I don't want to start. I'll wait. I don't want to start that yet. Just seeing them go back to Athena. Just seeing that world again. I really want to see that. And of course that little teaser that they had, of Alfred talking to somebody, and he goes, I hope you're not too late. Me, personally, I'm going to go out on the line and say that's Superman. It's Superman or somebody else. And since I know Superman is slated for this movie, I'm going to go out and say that's him. So, super excited to see how he does it. And see the creatures of Darkseid and all that. Really super happy about that. And of course there was, we got more Cyborg, we got more Flash, we got, I love that thing where Flash is like, oh, they really do disappear. That's kind of rude. And then he runs away. And Batman's known for doing that. for disappearing on Commissioner Gordon. Every time they meet at the light, he leaves without a trace, without any sound or alerting him that he's done it. So, kind of really love that thing. Now, because, it's not because this is a DC, but I am going to jump into my worries, because there's only two for this film. My two worries are, I feel that Ares and Steppenwolf, their armor is too much similar. And that was one of the biggest things, was the fanboys absolutely hated the last fight in, Wonder Woman. They said it was a great movie until then. And for me, I just think that with the way Steppenwolf looks, a lot like Ares, and the creatures that have to come, Darkseid minions, I think there's going to be a lot of CGI animation. I think that same dread, that same dislike is going to haunt this movie. And I want it to succeed, because I want to see the Green Lantern, movie. I want to see the, Flash movie. I want to see these movies, I want to see these characters. Shazam, I am definitely looking forward to that. Black Adam. I don't know if they've cast Shazam yet or not, but I am really looking forward to that. So, I'm looking forward to these things. The other is, although I really do like the character of Aquaman and who they've got to play him, that one line, I guess it's not so much worry, it's irritating. That one line where he goes, well, I guess we're all going to die. Or, to be honest, we're all going to die. To be Aquaman, to be Jason Momoa, it just doesn't fit the character. I felt that was, for him to say it, I just don't, I didn't like it. Now, if it had been Aquaman, if it had been, Flash or something like that, I could have saw it. But because it was Aquaman, I wasn't feeling that comment or that statement. So, I'm still looking super excited for this movie. Still looking forward to going to see it. Still not, still not willing to go out and say DC's just pure crap. I think they have some good movies. I think they need to step the game up, get their final package product to look a little better, to flow a little better, and just to be of better quality material, if that makes any sense. So, but we'll move on to the next one. This is the only one that is not a superhero film. It is a film based off of a book, and it's called Ready Player One. Now, the main basis of this is there is a millionaire who ended up creating this world inside pretty much a VR machine. And it's where people work, it's where people go to school, it's where they spend most of their time. Well, he dies, he leaves his fortune to anyone who can find, this treasure chest, this little Easter egg, and he left clues in basic 80s pop culture. So, first of all, I grew up in the 80s. I absolutely love, nerdy stuff. So this is going to be right up in my alley. But when you see the trailer, you not only see Iron Giant, you see Tron, you see Back to the Future. I think you see Ninja Gaiden. I know you see the Freddy Krueger. There's also, just amazing amount of, knowledge and little Easter eggs and just things that pay homage to different pop culture from the 80s. And I am super excited to see this. It just looks amazing. It looks like, if I had to describe it, it looks like Pixar pixels on steroids, and no Kevin James or Adam Sandler, and definitely no Peter Dinklage going, the fire bringer or the fire starter or some crap like that. That was one of the most annoying parts of Pixels for me. And that had Kevin James in it, so that says quite a bit. Really, that says more than you need to know about that film, although I really did like it. So, really looking forward to this. The only thing I have a little bit of a problem with, and maybe I could have been mistaken, is the book itself. I never could finish it. I love the pop culture references. I love the story. I thought it was a good story, but there were certain things that just annoyed me. One of them, and again, maybe I imagined it or maybe I just misread the information, but they had a lot of anti-God stuff, and I thought that was just annoying as all get out. Anti-creation. So maybe I was wrong. I am going to try to read the book again, or try to finish it at least, and just see how it goes. But I am super excited for this movie. I am really curious to see what else they bring in. Again, we got the Tron, we got the, DeLoreans, we got the Iron Giant, we got, Freddy Krueger. We even may have had Warhammer stuff. I think that's what the ogres or orcs are, with the weapons and the vehicles. I am kind of curious to see if those are, in there. Maybe they're Lord of the Rings, who knows. But this movie just looks like a lot of fun with a lot of pop culture references. One of those that you'll be watching and like pausing every 5 seconds to see what there's to see. Because it is one of those things where you're like, oh, that character did this and that character did this. And again, it reminds me of Pixels. If you saw that movie, you knew that there was not only Donkey Kong, but there was Mario, Duck Hunt, there was Zelda. There was so many different characters that you could see, but you had to pause them and make sure. And video game nerds, like myself, actually really enjoyed going and doing that. So, but that leads us up to the fourth, and the biggest. Now I will go back and pause before I go into Infinity Wars. I do want to mention that I was looking at a little someone's Instagram page, and I saw that they had froze that frame for Thor Ragnarok, and sure enough, you can see Beta Ray Bill, Ares, and Man-Thing. Also something called the Bi Beast. That one I'll have to look up. I actually admit that one. I'll have to look that up. But they're four in kind of like a totem pole or a statue. So those characters are in this universe. And I thought that was really cool. I also liked in Justice League where Steppenwolf comes out and he goes, well, no lanterns, no Kryptons. This world is just going to be ours. And I really love that they put that to Green Lantern, because I know they have had talks of Green Lantern movies. Last I looked, Arm & Hammer, the guy from Uncle, the man from Uncle, he was going to try to play it. Now that could have changed. That could have been a bogus story. But that's the last I heard of it. Alright, so now let's go up to Infinity Wars. And this one's the hardest one. Although I am the most excited about this one, it's hard to describe this one because I wasn't there. So the trailer that I saw was a leaked trailer. Someone had his camera and was going, like this. And there was people jumping up in front of him. So it was hard to see, and it wasn't the best quality. Now, Disney has so far shut down pretty much every site showing this trailer. And really, I think they need to stop being crybabies and give us a high definition trailer. Because what these people have done, they're not thieves, they're not deceivers, they're not anything like that. They are literally building the hype. Disney can only benefit from releasing this trailer in high quality. And these people have just kind of given a little bit of a push for us to want to see this movie. And yes, we were already excited, but seeing this trailer, it made you super excited. For instance, I mentioned this before, the first scene in this trailer is the Guardians of the Galaxy meeting Thor. And you're just like, it's super cool. You know, you have one of those moments where you're so excited and so invigorated by the scene. You're just like, yes, yes, yes. You know, and you go forth and, you know, you see this and you keep getting more excited when you see each character that they put in. And it makes that better. It makes the whole movie better. And of course, when you see, we've been watching Thanos, you know, in a chair. He may have stepped up once, got back in the chair. And then just recently, we had a movie, and I forget which one it was. It was the end of. I want to say it was the first Guardians of the Galaxy, I believe. I could be wrong on that one, but I think it's the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where he actually gets up out of his chair. He walks over to this wall. The panel raises up, and there's the Infinity Gauntlet, and he says, if you want something done, you're going to have to do it yourself. Or something like that. He says, fine, I'll do it myself. And it's at that point that we've gone through all these movies ever since he was first introduced to us. We've been waiting for him to get out of that freaking chair. And we wanted to see action, and sure enough, this trailer gives us action galore. I mean, he is dragging Thor by the head. He's, you know, taking this energy beam or this rock or whatever it is with the gauntlet, and he picks it up and throws it down on the ground, seeming to be crushing Iron Man. I mean, he seems, in this trailer, you see so many superheroes either hurt, damaged, or apologizing for how good they did or how bad they did. And Thanos, if you look at the gem or the glove, he's only got one gem. And you're like, he did that with one gem. I want to see him get the rest of them. And of course, in the trailer, we see Loki with the Tesseract, which is one of the gems. We also see Vision with the stone in his head. You know, I believe that is also the Tesseract stone. I could be wrong. No, I think it is. I could be wrong, but I think it actually is the Tesseract stone inside Vision's head. I could be very wrong. Crap. Anyway, you want to see him get these. And of course, we had, with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we got that lovely little trailer at the end showing Adam Warlock. And if you know the comics and you know the Infinity War series, wherever, you know, Thanos is, Adam Warlock is usually on the other side fighting for good, fighting to defeat Thanos. So they've got to bring him in there. And a friend of mine, and I don't know how much truth there is to this or not, but the friend of mine told me that there's going to be up to either 30 or 40 brand new characters that Marvel has not introduced yet by the time Infinity Wars is over. So this could be good guys, this could be bad guys. I mean, it could be Silver Surfer, it could be Galactus, it could be Annihilus, it could be the Nova Corps, it could be just so many possibilities for these characters and who it could be. I'm super excited for this. I know in the trailer, you do see Iron Man, his armor's damaged. You see Tom Holland, Spider-Man, apologizing up and down to Iron Man, talking about how he failed him. You see so many characters, and of course, like I said, you see Thanos carrying around Thor by his head, dragging him around. To be honest, I would be extremely disappointed if they took out Chris Hemsworth. I love Thor. I think it's a really good thing that he gets so many movies, and he's one of the funniest and one of the characters you cannot imagine them replacing anybody with. And of course, later on, you see Captain America, and he's got a full-on black beard and black hair. We see a little bit of his darker and maybe, hopefully, U.S. agent ish, because U.S. agent was one of Captain America's. He had a black, white, and red costume, and then maybe a nomad. Maybe we'll see a little bit of nomadish in this character. So really am kind of curious to see where he goes with this. We also see Black Widow no longer has red hair. She has blonde hair. Now, this could be a reference to the comics where Scarlet Witch, Black Widow has blonde hair. I am kind of curious to see how that goes. If they're making that reference, or if it's for something else completely. Maybe she's on the run. At this point, they had to stay in different costumes, all that. So we'll see how it goes. I am curious to see all of this. And they did pass out a poster for the Infinity Wars at San Diego Comic-Con, or CDC. Okay, CCD. Don't remember. And it had Black Panther in it. It had the trailer showed Winter Soldier, getting ready to fight or doing something. So he's back. It showed Ant-Man in it. It just showed all the characters, including the Guardians of the Galaxy. Thor. I don't remember if Hulk was on that poster or not. I am kind of curious to see what role he plays. And maybe, hopefully, he does play a pretty decent role. I'd love to see him and Thanos just knock out, drag out. That would be just epically awesome. And then, of course, Doctor Strange was in this. I can't wait to see him interact and fight and just team up with the other superheroes, because his movie was extremely good. I want to see him do more and interact with the other characters. That just, to me, would be purely epic. So, and I'm looking forward to this. If I had to pick anything to say I am worried about this film about, is every film that we have had since, the first Iron Man to Thor Ragnarok has been culminating in this big clash. And you want to see it done. And my only fear is that they have built so much hype, so much, excitement, so much just built up passion and love for these characters that once the dust settles in Infinity Wars, I'm worried that the fans may or may not love this movie. And it's not that you know the movie's going to do well. You knew it's going to make tons of money. But fans are very fickle. They're very frustrating. Sometimes you just wish they would have shut up by now, especially on a lot of different subjects. And they can be beyond frustrating with their nitpicking and their, you ruined my childhood, or you ruined the past films, which, if we look back to George Lucas's films with the Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith, you see those and the reaction that the fans had officially bullying George Lucas into selling his company. Yes, he made a crap ton of money, but he got bullied so much that he says, I no longer feel I want to write any more of these films, or I no longer want to make any more of these films. So that's the power and just pure frustration that fanboys can have. And if this film doesn't lead up to expectations, or it has so much hype, it has so much, build up, that they're just like, that didn't live up to it, I'm worried what might happen as to how the fanboys and the comic nerds and everybody who goes to see it, who has something invested in this movie, reacts to it. So I hope I'm wrong, but I hope it does amazingly well. We know, like I said, it's going to do really well in the box office. I could actually see a new record built or, made for this movie. I could even see it going as far as beating Avatar for the highest grossing film. I can see that. This movie has the potential to do it. But it scares me how fans are going to react to it. I hope it does well with the fans, with the nerds, with the fanboys, with the casual lover of these movies. I hope it does well. So, well, guys, those are what I'm really looking forward to. These are my fears. And you know what? You may have different opinions. What are you looking forward to in the movies? What are you worried about that's going to happen, in the movies? Let me know in the comments below. And just, if nothing else, just pop in to say hi. Again, if you like these videos, please let me know. I did end up buying a tripod, so I will be having that probably by the end of this month or early next month. So hopefully I can do this, and I will start making films in my nerd cage. So this behind me, this blank wall, this space at work, won't be there anymore. You'll be able to see my nerd cave. You'll be able to see, what kind of shirt I'm wearing. You'll be able to see me, and it'll look a little more like this with nerdy crap behind me. So right now it's just on a kickstand, and I'm using a desk, or I think it's a chiropractor table as a stand. So hopefully that will happen. If you want to see more of my videos and you like this one, please hit that subscribe button. I've got probably around 9 or 10. I'm actually more than surprised I have that many. And I rarely, if ever, get any, comments. But, I'm okay with that. And people who, see these videos, they don't always like it. It actually seems to be one-on-one. One like, one hate. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I know I need to do a update video of my room tour because there has been so much stuff added to it. I am going to be adding even more later on, because I'm constantly going to, thrift stores. I'm constantly going to comic book stores. I'm constantly going to Walmart, Toys R Us, all that stuff. So I will be showing you more, and hopefully you'll get to see some of the cool stuff that I have that maybe you haven't seen before. So, but I'll try not to do it too often, just because, again, there's going to be quite a bit, and most of it you're going to have seen already. So, again, guys, I just wanted to say goodbye. You have a great day, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later for my next video. Have a good day. Bye.